Hi, I'm Aislinn, and welcome to this Take 5 Learn Crow Pose practice. For today, you will need 2 blocks. Let's get started. Come onto your back. And we're going to take a very direct line to crow. So let's come right into happy baby. Lift your feet off the ground, hug your knees in towards your underarms, flex your feet, and stack your ankles over your knees. You're welcome to hold on to your hamstrings, your ankles, or maybe the outer edges of your feet. And you can rock side to side. Good. Really think of driving the kneecaps down towards the space next to your underarms. Notice if your lower back is really rounded, see if you can lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. And then let go of your feet, but keep your legs in the air. Now bring the inseams of your feet together and widen your knees apart. Reach your arms straight up to the sky and then pull your fingertips back towards your face so that your palms are facing the ceiling. Keep your knees wide and take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you're just going to lift your hips up and try to bring your knees to touch your arms. And then as you inhale, lie back down. And do that again. Exhale, lift your hips up, knees to arms. And inhale, slowly roll it down. And again, exhale. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, knees to arms. Inhale, lower it down. Keep going. Exhale, lift your hips, knees to arms. Inhale, lower. Keep spreading the fingers again. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to lower. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, lift your knees to your arms. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, knees to arms. Inhale to lower. Here we go. Last one. Exhale, knees to arms. Hold it here. 3, 2, and inhale, come all the way down. Bring your knees together. Grab onto the backs of your thighs. Rock up and down your spine a couple of times, staying off of your neck. And on your 3rd or 4th rock, come right on up to your seat and onto all fours. Good. So spread your finger bones nice and wide, push the floor away from you, index fingers parallel. Now, first I want you to just come into cat pose. So tuck your tailbone, draw your chin to your chest, and round your whole spine. Now as you inhale, just come back to neutral. And this time exhale, stabilize your midsection so your hips and your belly don't move at all. And as you exhale, just round your upper back and try to keep your gaze steady at the top of your mat so the shoulder blades widen. And then you inhale, come back to neutral. Now do that again. Exhale, broaden just the shoulder blades. Pull them apart, keep your gaze steady. And inhale, neutral. One more time. Exhale, broaden the shoulder blades. And inhale, come back to neutral. Now grab your 2 blocks. Now you're going to take the blocks directly outside of your hips on either the low or the medium setting. Whichever height you choose, though, make sure the heel of your hand stays flat on the blocks. Spread your finger bones wide, and then lean your chest forwards, lift your butt up a little bit, and cross one ankle over the other. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, lift your hips up, push into your hands, lift your knees into your chest. You can stay here or maybe lift your feet one at a time, keeping them pointed. And then as you inhale, come back down. Switch the cross of your ankles. Exhale, push down, spread the shoulder blades, lift your knees to your chest. Stay here or lift your feet one at a time, maybe both, and then sit back down. One more time each way. Cross your ankles the other way. Lean forwards and then exhale, push down, lift up, shoulder blades apart, knees to chest. Maybe just the top foot, maybe both feet. And come down. Last one, switch the cross of your ankles, lean forwards, exhale, push down, lift up. Maybe your toenails stay down, maybe you lift one foot, maybe both, and come all the way down. All right, now move one of your blocks out of the way, and let's try Malasana into crow pose. So keep one block handy. You're going to come into your squat. You're always welcome to do this with a block underneath your tailbone as needed. So heels in, toes out, sink your hips, come down into Malasana. Work your knees high up your outer upper arms, and then squeeze your arms with your knees and push back out with your arms. Tailbone down, crown of the head high. Maybe even see if you can work your knees higher up your arms, and then re-lengthen your spine. Feel almost like your heels are trying to drag together, like your heels are the start of your pelvic floor. Now, because this is a tutorial, I'm going to assume you're newer to crow. So I want to show you a couple of strategies that are really helpful if you're somewhat newer to this pose. So first strategy that I think is great is to actually have your feet up on a block to start.
So you're going to join me, put your block on the lowest setting, bring your big toes together, and come into this squat. And you're going to widen your knees. Now, eventually we work the knees to the backs of the arms, but don't worry about that yet. If you're newer to this pose, it's much easier to find lift at first with your knees outside of your arms. And then you're going to squeeze your arms vigorously with your knees like you are the center of a panini. And so the combination of having the block here and taking the knees outside of the arms makes this pose typically a lot more accessible. Then you're going to plant your hands down, shoulders width apart. Spread your fingers. Push down into thumb and index knuckles vigorously. Lift your hips up. Now you're still squeezing your arms with your knees, and then you're going to wrap your elbows in like your inner elbows have little magnets. Now keep looking forwards. And this might be where you stop today. Maybe you lift one set of toes and then the other. And the goal here with the block is to get your hips high up in the air. If you want to try this pose, and really any arm balance, your hips need to be really, really high in order to make that happen. It's like a pendulum, right? The higher your hips go, the more your chest can reach forwards in this kind of arm balance. You're welcome to try it without the block. Eventually, you want to work the knees to the backs of the arms, and then you push back with your arms. Press your knees into your arms. You tip forwards. Either way, you hug your elbows and look forwards, butt in the air. And then maybe you lift one foot, maybe the other. Bring the inner seams of your feet together. Now come onto your knees. Quick wind down here. Take the backs of your hands to the floor, palms up, fingers pointing to your knees, and maybe straighten the elbows, maybe lean back. Sit to the side, find a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for this short practice. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.